Good afternoon, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Jude Jets Show, and today we're going to be breaking down the New York Jets 2023 running back room. So without any hesitation, let's go ahead and get it started. So the New York Jets have 5 running backs on our 90-man roster, with the group headlined by 2022 second-round pick Breece Hall, Michael Carter, Bam Knight, Travis Dye, and of course Israel Abanikanda. And the 2 new additions to the room are Israel Abanikanda, 5th-round pick in this year's draft, and Travis Dye, undrafted free agent signing from this year's draft. Now, the presumptuous starter is, of course, Breece Hall, who in 7 games last year had 463 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns, 218 receiving yards, and 1 receiving touchdown, finishing his rookie year with 681 scrimmage yards and 5 total touchdowns in 7 games. He had the most rushing yards on the team despite only playing in 7 games. Breece Hall was a stud his rookie year, and he was completely carrying the New York Jets offense on his back. I mean, in every game he scored a touchdown, the New York Jets did not lose. We looked like a bona fide playoff team with Breece Hall healthy and playing, and then whenever he tore his ACL, we knew something was going to go wrong for the Jets, and of course something did go wrong. And if Breece Hall didn't tear his ACL, we probably would have snuck into the playoffs as a 7th seed. He was that good for the New York Jets last year. Of course, the ACL tear definitely is going to have some effect on Breece Hall, but what effect will it be? Is it going to be a good effect? Because we've seen some players return from an ACL tear better than they were before, but we've also seen players return worse than they were before, and we've also seen players stay the same. And if Breece Hall can stay the same for the New York Jets, that's an absolute home run. But who's going to be backing up Breece Hall? Well, I don't think it's going to be Travis Dye, undrafted free agent. He put up a productive college career at USC and Oregon, but he doesn't really offer much to this New York Jets running back room, and I don't expect him to make the final 53-man roster. I also don't think it's going to be Bam Knight, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, and I've already gotten hate for this. I mean, I believe Bam Knight is going to be the 4th running back on the New York Jets depth chart, and at least hear me out. I mean, last season, Bam Knight came onto the scene as a Storm. In his first ever game active as an NFL player, he had the most scrimmage yards by a Jets rookie in our entire franchise history. And Bam Knight was an undrafted free agent, not a 1st-round pick, not a 2nd-round pick, none of that, an undrafted free agent. And from weeks 12 to week 14, Bam Knight looked like one of the best running backs in the NFL, and the analytics support that, the stats support that. But over the next 4 weeks, Bam Knight fell off a cliff. And why did he fall off a cliff? I mean, he was questionable for the Week 16 game against the Jaguars, but there wasn't really a lingering injury there. He never appeared on the injury report for any of the other 3 weeks, and there certainly wasn't another running back taking away snaps from Bam Knight. What I think we saw from Bam Knight last year was what a lot of undrafted free agent running backs do. They come onto the scene hot, look like one of the best running backs in the NFL, and then a few weeks later, they fall off the face of the earth. And that's what Bam Knight did last year. I still think he makes a 53-man roster, but I believe he's going to play a Ty Johnson-like role. He occasionally appears in games for the New York Jets and also return kicks. I mean, one of the main reasons I thought Bam Knight would make the final 53-man roster as an undrafted free agent last offseason was because of his kick returning ability. He was one of the best kick returners during his time in NC State in the FBS, so hopefully he can bring that over to the NFL level and be a good kick returner for the New York Jets, because we lost both of our kick returners last season in Ty Johnson and Braxton Berrios. So what Ty Johnson did for the New York Jets over the past few years is what I think we see from Bam Knight this upcoming year. I also don't think Israel Abanikanda is going to be the New York Jets backup running back this upcoming year. I've seen a lot of people put him as the backup running back, but I'll explain why I don't think he's going to be running back 2 this upcoming year. But why the New York Jets drafted him is because the dude has insane speed and home run hitting ability. If he sees an open hole, he's going to shoot through it like a cannon and wish anyone luck on trying to stop him. And having a home run hitting back is something the New York Jets needed, and we got one in Israel Abanikanda, someone that we can always expect to give us a big game anytime he's on the field. But I don't think he's going to be the backup running back on the New York Jets just because he hasn't shown he can do anything in the passing game. And most of the best backup running backs in the NFL are dual threat backs. They offer a lot in the passing game as well as being good running backs. And unless Israel Abanikanda could add that to his game this offseason, I don't expect him to be the backup running back. So that, of course, leaves us with Michael Carter, So that, of course, leaves us with Michael Carter as our backup running back. And unlike Israel Abanikanda, he does offer a lot in the passing game. He's been a pretty solid blocker for the New York Jets during his NFL career and has also been a good receiving back. And actually, during his college days, he was one of the best receiving backs in the FBS. So far throughout his NFL career, he showed good signs as a receiving back as well. His rookie year, he had 964 scrimmage yards, 36 yards shy away of having 1,000 scrimmage yards on the year, and he missed 3 games that season as well. And after his rookie year, I had a ton of faith in Michael Carter to be the New York Jets starting running back, and so did a lot of people. So whenever we drafted Breece Hall, I was very shocked, but I knew we were going to have a good 1-2 punch just because I had that faith in Michael Carter and also knew that Breece Hall was an absolute dog. And for the first 7 weeks of the year, we did have a good 1-2 punch between Breece Hall and Michael Carter. And after Breece Hall tore his ACL, I didn't think the New York Jets should have traded for a veteran back. I thought Michael Carter was going to be able to take up Breece Hall's reps and be at least a serviceable back for us. But that's whenever the sophomore slump happened. Michael Carter fell off a cliff of the earth, and a lot of people lost faith in him. But if Michael Carter can return back to what he was doing in his rookie year and what he was doing for the beginning parts of his second year, we're going to have a solid backup running back in Michael Carter. But that's the New York Jets 2023 running back room. We hopefully got a star in Breece Hall, a good receiving back, and overall a dual threat back in Michael Carter, and a home run hitter in Israel Abanikanda, and someone we can rely on in Bam Knight. But what are you guys' thoughts on the 2023 running back room? Comment them down below. And I'm your host, Jet, signing off for now. See you guys later. Peace.